and sounds and talk about my trip from previous week, like the week before. I went with a plane, which is a logical choice, I think. But I never fly because if I go on holiday with my parents, we always go by car because most of the time we stay in Europe and it's not that far with the car, so we never need to take the plane. But now Egypt is a bit too far to go by car, so we went with a plane. We went with Pegasus Airlines, which is a budget airline, so not a lot of room. We did have great seats, at least for going to Egypt. Coming back was a different story. We we got the seats that's next to the flight attendant. So you have two seats that were me and my friend, and then beside that you have a chair that's rotated the other way. So you have three seats, but one is not occupied most of the time, which was great. Now, when we arrived in Egypt, we needed to find our driver, which is hard, or not that hard, but they said we found the company that we had to go in the car with, and the person at the, like, it's a kiosk outside, and he told us that we needed to go in car or 4 or something, and there was there was nothing on the car or at the parking spot, so he didn't even know if it was the right car. We just asked, and he said, okay, it's good, which doesn't give that much trust, right? But we got at our resort and they told us that we needed to be reception the next day to have like a introduction to like Egypt, but it was a scam, I think, because we arrived and there was a different guy telling us that our native language in Dutch would arrive soon. And the guy that told us was German, but I can understand German a bit. So I was listening, and all he was doing was selling trips, like excursions, which is not that bad, but it's a bit scammy to like, because they gave us a paper which they stated that we couldn't book with any other company, which is just a lie. So we decided to just leave and not waste any more time on them. After that, we went to the water park because there was a big water park in our resort. Which was great. We spent the whole day at the water park. And that finished day one. We stayed. We booked for 1 week, but we lost 2 days because of flying, which is something I didn't realize at first. But day one was great. We decided that we wanted to do a lot of excursions. So day two, we went quad driving in the desert, which was great, very fun. I'll show a picture somewhere in frame from me and my friend at the quad. Then day 3 was maybe the most exhausting trip I've ever done. On day 3, we went to Cairo, which is where the Great Pyramids are. The day started at midnight. We got picked up by our driver in like a small travel bus, which all went well, but I think I had some car sickness when we started driving, I think, because around 2 o'clock I got like this feeling of sickness, which went away after 20 minutes or so, but it was a bit scary. The whole drive to Cairo was pretty smooth. because we only spent 2 hours there, which is a bit too little. But okay. After that, they took us to a papyrus painting shop, which was unexpected. They never told us that this would be part of the excursion, which felt scammy again. We just accepted it, I guess. They tried their best to sell all the paintings to us, but we were not really that interested. After that, we went to the pyramids, which again was a weird experience. The guide told us that a camel or a camel ride would be 15 euros per person. Now, I know this was way too much, so I haggled a bit and still paid too much because I looked the prices up online. But okay, it didn't really matter that much how much we spent on that. But I never expected to be so much animal abuse at the pyramids. You could see all the where they hit the camels with their whips, and then the horses were even worse. They had to pull carts with no mercy. Their mouth was open and they looked very not well. So that ruined the pyramids for me. After that, they took us to another shop, which is crazy. They took us to a essential oil place, and I would buy something like that. But the thing is, when something gets pushed on you and you're not really the one who chose to be there, you're less likely to buy something like that. But okay, I think of all the days we've been there, that was far the worst, which is a shame because I was really looking forward to the pyramids. Now, after the trip, I did some research, and apparently it's better to go to the Valley of the Kings or to Alexandria because they're just more beautiful and less scammy, apparently. Also, if there are any Egyptians that watch me, which I changed because there was a different driver that got mad at our driver. Because I guess he didn't let him through or past, even though there was nothing that gave him the right to pass. So I'm not sure how the guy got mad with no real system or rules to refer to. It's a weird system, but okay. Then the next day we decided we needed some rest, so we went to the beach, Dana Beach to be specific. We spent the day just relaxing and booked another excursion to go snorkeling and swim with dolphins. Now, after our relaxation day, we went on the excursion, which was maybe one of the best excursions, maybe even better than the quad riding, but I'm not that sure. It was cool, but I don't know if it was better. Now, when we got on the boat, there were very friendly people. And we did 2 snorkeling dives. One was with a guide, and the second one was just free, so you could do whatever you want. And then after that we went to Hula Beach, which was very beautiful. I'll show a picture. I'll show pictures throughout the video so you can see. But when we went back to Dana Beach after the whole trip, we asked our guide why we didn't look for dolphins or swim with them, and he told us that this was not part of the trip, and that the guy we booked with had scammed us, and we had to talk to the hotel reception. We did what he told us, and the reception just told us that they could do nothing. So, even though we were very happy with the trip, we still felt scammed at the end of the day, which is such a shame. The whole scamming and empty promises in Egypt is so unsettling. I don't know how you can have a culture fully based Um, After this, we went back with the plane. We were very scared that maybe because we did do the introduction with the company that had to come and like pick us up to go to the airport, that they wouldn't come because we didn't book any excursion. But it didn't matter apparently because they showed up, so it was all good. Um, then the plane back, we had no delays, so it was all very smooth. But we didn't get the seats we selected. So the first plane we sat down with someone else. He was very quiet and we didn't experience any discomfort, but it was a bit of a shame. And then the second flight was better because nobody chose the seat beside us, so that was good. And that was our trip to Egypt. I think I wouldn't recommend it. It was really exhausting to always have to watch your back, like in the sense of people trying to get more money for things that they know is not that much, if you know what I mean. Also, the fake, like friendliness is weird, but at the end of the day, it was fun, and there were a lot of ups and downs, but it was fun in the end. It was an adventure at the very least. But if any of you guys want to go to Egypt, I would recommend to go to the Valley of the Kings or Alexandria and not make the same mistakes as me, because I don't think the pyramids are worth the hassle and like the hassle and the headache you get in Cairo. Of course, I haven't been in Alexandria and the Valley of the Kings, but all the research after the fact shows me that those are better options. I hope you enjoyed this little ramble about my trip. I'm happy to be back in my home country and know have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.